morning, everyone, and welcome to Will It Work TV. As you can see by the title, I am a prepper, and for those of you that don't know what a prepper is, it's just someone that's prepared for everyday life events, such as the two hurricanes that we've just gone through, Harvey and Irma. I didn't have to go out to the stores and pick up supplies because I already have them. Others of you may have watched the show Doomsday Preppers. To me, that's not really a prepper. That's more of a, most of them are more survivalists. Their immediate concern is that disaster is already here, or they're prepared for the worst case scenario. But they're all just definitions. I like to be prepared from small events, like just losing power outage for a little while, to being laid off. I had a while back, years ago, I got laid off and could easily live off of my unemployment check because I had a well-stocked pantry that I had all my food and water and everything else I needed, so I didn't have to hardly spend any money on food. So I wanted to come on here and do a series of videos to show you how I prepare for not only everyday life events, but major events, major catastrophes, whatever they may be. And I'm suspecting right now that most of us have at least a couple days worth of food in our cabinets for us and our children. So where I want to start the video out is not on the food part, we'll get that to later on, but right now is if, let's say suddenly you lost electricity in your house for a day or two. It's great if you have a generator. I've got a generator, but I wouldn't pull it out for just a couple days of lost electricity, and I'll explain more of that online later. What I want you to start off, if you're not prepared, is the loss of lights for overnight, or a couple days, or even further. But let's go with the lower end, and that is if you lose lights overnight. So you don't have to be rushing out, pulling out the generator. First thing we think of are candles. We need candles, we need batteries for the flashlight. So we run around scrambling for all this throughout the house. I wouldn't say we, I would say most people. That's why something like this comes in so handy. This is a kit that I put together. This here is what I call my light kit. It has every assortment of battery that you're going to need. The AAAs, AA's, 9 volts, C's, and the D's for your flashlights, phones, anything else you might need them for. We have a large amount of tea light candles here for the candles that you're going to need. Here are light sticks, and these things are just an absolute blessing to have in your kit here. The big ones here, the 6 inches, they say, I believe it says last around 12 hours. I've literally had them run up to 12 to 18 hours. And I'm going to go over a few things what you can do with these to produce light in your house and how you should hang them up. These here are the smaller glow sticks. They don't put out as much light. If you're just looking for markers around the house, so when you're walking around with electricity on and you don't want a candle burning, these are excellent to have in there. Although these will actually light up a room. Cheap little lights, cheap little flashlights. This here was $1.50, I believe I bought at Walmart. These are great, they're cheap, and they come with their own batteries. And when the batteries die, you need to buy more or toss them and replace them. These are bread ties, most of them. Do not throw away your bread ties. Reason being, you have these lights, you can do one or two things. You can stand them up at places, or they need to be hung up. They don't come with their own hooks. So that's where the bread ties come in. So I've got a little compartment. When I find these little ties, I toss them right in here. But one of the, you see the largest amount of items I have are my tea lights. Now these little tea lights are great. Some people would buy bigger candles and all that. I like the tea lights because they do put out a good amount of light, And one of the best things I like about them, they burn for 4 to 5 hours. Not a whole lot. And the reason why I like that is when you're going to light these right as the sun goes down, and you're going to want to blow them out right before you go to bed, which is usually about 4 or 5 hours later. However, if you should forget, they normally burn out themselves after that time. But I would suggest not to just light these candles and just start sticking them everywhere. There's a problem you have with that. Little hands reaching over grabbing, or even if you reach over to grab it, you're going to burn yourself, or if something should fall over on it. So, one of the things I collect, this box here, are just jars. If you get any type of food and finish up in these small jars, these are yogurt jars. These are just a 12 pack of the 8-ounce ball jars that I bought for storing food, storing items, and mainly for the tea light candles, because these things are great. Because not only does the glass reflect the light, it will literally make things a little brighter, but they'll definitely protect yours and little hands around the house that may reach up and grab them by mistake. So they protect the tea lights pretty good. If you forget to blow one out at night, you don't have to worry about leaving it lit. It'll eventually go out, but you don't have to worry about the flames going anywhere on there. So that's another idea there, is to save all your small jars. But this kit is just, it definitely can be a great lifesaver for those that just can't deal with being in the dark. And another thing too, the children love these. Get the lights go out, break one of these open, give to the kids. You know, they're great enjoyment for them as well. Yeah. Also have lighters in here, and of course you can't depend on lighters all the time. So I keep a bulk of matches along with the strike pad in here as well. So, like I said, so everything's right there. Everything's in the one particular closet where we know it's at. So if the lights go out, we go directly here to the source. We don't have to run all over the house, looking for candles, looking for batteries. Everything's right here. You know when you're running low by just, looking inside, so the next time you're off to the store, you can make another purchase of batteries or get more tea lights. So let me run over a few other things with you on how to use the light sticks. A couple ideas that you may not know about. But definitely put yourself together a light kit. Something where you always, right where to go to if the lights go out. Lights go out, you can have candles or flashlights, anything burning within just a minute or two, since you have a source to go to. Alright, so I told you I had a couple tricks with the light sticks I wanted to show you. The small ones are great to have when it's dark, hang around the house, put near light switches or outlets, or just places in rooms that you want to get to without tripping over anything or trying to locate something. They don't light up a room. It's still going to be pretty dark in there, but at least gives you markers throughout the house if you can't flip a light on. You can see here the light source you get from the small one, and right now this is our bathroom, and you really can't see anything in here at all. Now these 6-inch snap lights are no joke. These things are great. You can stand these up or hang them somewhere high, and they literally light up a room. Now the 6-inch, as you saw, is a great source of light in the bathroom, but a lot of times it may not be enough, so I like to avoid trying to light a candle every time I go in somewhere. It's good to have a flashlight, and I'll take this one in here. Problem is, the flashlight you have to hold in your hand. Or in case of this one, if you want to set it up in the end here, it gives you a little light, but not much. And of course you can lay it down against something. Gives you light, pretty much to do what you need to do. However, if you got a glass jar or a coffee cup, anything really that'll hold, take a full water bottle and place upside down in the cup. And it will refract the light wonderfully. Sit that on top of there, and you notice it's just like having a regular light bulb burning here nearly. Plenty of light. And you can see the before, see the light with it on there, with it off. Darkens up the room a little bit more, but thing is, it's great if you've got the glow stick hanging in a room and the water bottles and cups in certain rooms. That way you can just walk in with your flashlight. You've got somewhere to sit your flashlight down, and when it does, it actually intensifies the light in the room. So it's a good catch-22 there. Very helpful hint. I've got a few more tricks of light and other light sources and energy sources I want to show you, but we're not going to do it this time. That's for a whole nother part. I want to cut this short so I'm not boring anybody, but leave your comments, leave your questions. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to answer some of your questions. But if you haven't, click the like button, hit subscribe. I need everybody there watching. I like to see the subscriptions go up because I actually am trying to get paid for these things as well. But, you know, thank you for your time, and see you on the next one.